And if you saw that Roanoke yard sale from a couple weeks ago, we bought that ab lounger, and I remember a couple people thinking, what in the world's he doing? So we threw that ab lounger in the back of the car. We took the bands off of it, brought it in, and listed the bands. They sold today for $30.
As historical author Anthony Brandt has said, other things may change us, but we start and end with family. I've been picking the Commonwealth for 20 years, searching high and low at yard, estate sales, antique malls, thrift stores, junk shops, garages, and sometimes even barns for treasures I can pass on to new homes through eBay. But now as I watch my little ones growing up before my eyes, I find that my real treasures are right here with me every day. So join us as we pick, flip, and resell on our 2 eBay stores and in our 2 antique booths. Just wanted to show you all a minor trick that a lot of people are aware of. If you put something that's kind of puffy in one of these bags and you seal it, and then you squeeze all the air out of it and you compress it down and get it really tight, then it makes it much, much easier for you to fit it in here. And I've seen other people take a blow dryer and heat up the bag a little bit, give it more space. I don't know. I suppose that works. Seems like a lot of trouble. But I think if you just put it in here and then just press on it and get all the air out, you can usually get it in this bag. So let me give it a shot and I'll show you in a minute. Alright, so you take that bag and you get it down like this and you just squeeze all the air out of it and you squeeze it all together. And you can flatten it out and you can usually get it in that bag pretty darn easy. Alright, so I was able to get it in here, and now after I compress it one last time, once it's in here, we're going to seal it. And something that was going to cost me like $8.50 to ship is now going to cost me $7.33 on the flat rate. I do a similar thing with jeans and the regular flat rate, not the padded flat rate, but the regular flat rate envelope. And I'll show you what I do on those. And I'm sure a lot of you resellers out there already know that trick, so I'll let you know that over the next few days.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. This is Kevin and we are in the eBay cave, and we had a pretty good day today. We sold $226.45 out of the Commonwealth Picker store. We sold nothing out of the Homeschool Hustler store, which is actually pretty good. So since I'm under the weather just a little bit, you can probably hear it in my voice. Blue Ridge Mama up there said no Homeschool Hustlers down in the eBay cave tonight. So she wants to keep them away from me so they don't get sick. So that's what we're going to do. Going to get a little hand sanitizer before we ship these things out, and then we'll get them shipped out. So let's take a look at what's sold. All right, first thing up is Buddy the Elf. And if you haven't seen the movie, y'all got to see it. I know it's an old one, but it's funny. It's funny. It's like it's the new classic for the new era, I guess, for the young people coming up. I had never seen it until my wife said, hey, you got to see this. And I watched it with my kids for the first time a few years back, and we watch it every Christmas. We love it. So right along with the old classics, I think we watch Elf. I think that's the first one we watch. Turner's always begging for the Grinch. That's a good question. Let's talk about Christmas movies. You tell me in the comments below what your favorite Christmas movie is. This, in the new era, is one of my favorites, I gotta admit. So the old school stuff is great. My brother and I grew up watching, we watched Yogi Bear's Christmas, and I watched that a couple years back, and it is tediously long. I can't imagine how we like that so much. Santa and the Three Bears we liked quite a bit. You know, the classics, The Grinch, Charlie Brown's Christmas is amazing. If you have a favorite Christmas movie, let us know. And if you've ever sold the lamp from A Christmas Story, if you've ever sold that lamp on eBay, let me know. I've also seen, since Halloween's coming up, that is a Halloween costume. And I've got a Halloween costume right back here that Blue Ridge Mama just listed, and we've sold a few so far this season, but I didn't buy nearly as many costumes because it's a little labor intensive for Blue Ridge Mama to be listing those this year. She usually does the costumes. She said be a little bit more selective. Last year I got her some junk and she put a lot of time and we only made $6-7. So this one's a really good one, so we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so we sold one of these, Elf, Buddy the Elf, and they sold for $45.95. And we actually sold 2 of these plus shipping. So we're making about $30, $25 to $30 a piece. And we had 4 of them. I thought we had 3, but we have a second one going out as well. So it turned out to be about a $100 profit. Easy, easy. Take a couple pictures, list it, put the specs in there, and we're good to go. All right, next thing up is also Blue Ridge Mama list. And she just listed it a couple days ago, and it sold pretty quick. It is a Naked American Girl doll. And it sold for no, that's wrong. $34.95 plus shipping. So we bought these at a yard sale not too long ago in a lot. I think I want to say 3 for $15 is what we paid, and 2 of them had clothes on them. So pretty good little deal. We're gonna make some money off of both of or all 3 of these. Have not sold this yet, but I just want to show it to you. Last year I bought a Top Gun male outfit and a Top Gun female. This is Maverick outfit. This is a female one. You can see the little skirt down there. And we sold the Maverick one, or we sold the Top Gun male one last year. We bought it for $1 a piece at a yard sale. And we sold that one for crazy good money last Halloween. And I'm like, why isn't this one? Why didn't we sell this? And I couldn't find it. But this year, a few months ago, I was digging through a rack of clothes that I had, and it kind of was wedged in there a little bit. So we pulled it out, and Blue Ridge Mama listed it. I don't know what she listed it for, but I bet you'll be seeing it on a future video, seeing that Halloween's coming up pretty quick. Which reminds me about something. I usually do, 30 days free shipping or free returns, that kind of thing. You may want to change your return policy as you get closer to Halloween to prevent people from renting the costumes and sending it back. eBay should be taking care of buyers when it comes to those issues, but you just don't know. So it's not a bad policy to go ahead and change that return policy. I don't, but I've heard of people that do. So if you do, let me know in the comments. All right, so we're taking this one off the shelf. This was bought by Queen City Thrifter. We can't thank you enough for this purchase. And they said in their comment, they said, hey, we hate to ruin your background here, but we see it all the time, and it just reminds us of some good memories. So we picked up the McDonald's cup that we got at the yard sale. I think it was a retiring picker's yard sale, or found his hoard or something like that. I can't remember. At any rate, we got this along with that apple pie machine, which I still have. I need to get rid of that. I need to sell it. I haven't put it on eBay. I haven't put it in the booth. I think we put it up on OfferUp, but around here OfferUp's not very good. Need to put it on Facebook Marketplace, so we're gonna take care of that pretty quick. And this is going to go out. It sold for $8.50, I think, plus shipping. And I don't know, Queen City Thrifter, maybe you can pick what you want to be in the background next. I'm not quite sure. Maybe here. What are we gonna put? Let's put Darkwing Duck in the meantime, right there. Or maybe even, I don't know, what else we got? We got Tinkerbell back there. I guess I could grab the Furbies that we bought the other day and put them up there, but we tried to change it up for you. All right, strange time to sell these after the summer's over, but they're a pair of Armani sunglasses, Armani Exchange sunglasses, and they have a tiny little scratch, couple little tiny scratches. This probably would have gone for $30, but I disclosed the tiny little scratches, tried to take a picture of it. If you can see it there or not, but you can see maybe right there. And so I disclosed all that and said, hey, we got these scratches in it, so we'll take a little less. We sold these for $12.50. Is that right? $12.50. So we only paid 50 cents, so we made money. This was an item at a yard sale we bought 2 of, and we broke them before we got them home. So instead of getting rid of this one, I figured, hey, if I broke one, I know there's somebody else out there who broke one. And these are Pyrex Crazy Daisy Green Spring Blossom Salt and Pepper Shakers. And this would have gone for 15 plus shipping if I had both of them. Instead, we got about $8, which isn't great. But, we paid $2 for them. So at least I got my money back and made a little bit of money. And the other one, which I broke, also had one of these that I took out. And I'm just selling one of these. And we're not going to get much for it, but it'll probably recoup the $2 we initially spent, and this will be profit. Don't ever underestimate parts. Even if you get something that's broken, check the parts. If it's worth your time, go ahead and list them. Check the sell-through rate on them, though, because some people find 1 or 2 parts that sell really good, and so they part the whole machine out, but the sell-through rate on some of the parts are just terrible, and you end up just clogging your space with it. So I would suggest only selling the ones that have a good sell-through rate. If you want to sell the other things, just put them out there really, really cheap and beat the entire competition, and you might be able to be the first one to sell it. Last but not least in this load today, probably add this to another video because this is not the fastest day in the world, is a Mary Kay that we listed not too long ago. It's a beige 400, sold for $16 for this, I don't even know what it is, foundation. And so we'll get that shipped out and we had a pretty good day. We made probably maybe 130 in profit, and it won't take very much time to ship these out. One thing that I'm going to try out here is the shoebox. I think this might fit in the shoebox, the USPS shoebox. If it doesn't, we'll take two 12 by 12 by 8s and we'll lay her flat like this, and we'll box it up and cut those two and kind of Frankenbox them together is typically what we would do. But I'm going to try that shoebox first. Maybe even take two shoeboxes and Frankenbox those two together. So if you haven't already, get on the USPS and get your free shipping stuff. And if you have an eBay store, if you haven't done it, get on there and get your free eBay or your free eBay packaging, branded packaging material. So, at any rate, probably going to add on to this video. So we'll see you in 3, 2, 1.
All right, I thought I'd show you some of the shipping supplies that I use. They're kind of hidden and stashed away in my eBay cave here. I'll show you these. You probably can't see in there because it's so dark, but I keep them all stacked up and packed up and really kind of stored away in there. I've got some more over here in this room right here. And I wanted to show you how you can get these boxes for free. Most of you out there know this, so if you know it already, go ahead and wait for our next video. But if you don't and you're a newbie, I would get on the USPS.com store. I would go to the free shipping supplies, and I would click on the free ones, and you'll scroll down and you'll see bunches and bunches of stuff. Here's the padded flat rate envelope that you need to get bunches of. I think they're really, really helpful. I use a ton of them. Almost every day I ship something out in them. And if you go here, that's on the 3rd page. You can go back to the 1st page, and they'll list everything that's free for you. And you can usually get the regular flat rate ones. You can usually get those at your post office. But other boxes like these, the 1096, 1097, 1095, the dual purpose ones, they have priority. 1098's a good one to get. 1098's another good one to get. The 1098S is the short one. There's flat rate boxes. You can grab those at your regular post office, although this one right here you might need to grab. I have some. I just rarely ever use them. I have a list here. I'm going to just read it to you really quick. My favorites are the 1092. I do get a Region A box. Why don't you get that even if you don't know how to use it yet, and I'll teach you how to use it down the road. 1098S, small tube, 1098 long tube. The box 7, which is a 12 by 12 by 8, I use that all the time. And the box 4, which is a 7 by 7 by 6. And definitely get some padded priority flat rates. It's going to take you a few minutes to get all signed up, but it's definitely a good idea, and I highly suggest that you go ahead and do that right now if you're just a new reseller. All right, we'll see you next time.
All right, before we speed this up and put some music to it, I wanted to show you something. And if you saw that Roanoke yard sale from a couple weeks ago, we bought that ab lounger, and I remember a couple of people thinking, what in the world's he doing? So we threw that ab lounger in the back of the car. We took the bands off of it, brought it in, and listed the bands. They sold today for $30.